I've been a holistic personal trainer, nutritional lifestyle coach for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm stepping into more of a speaker and author, and I've written a book, and so that's been my career shift just recently, and the pandemic really helped with that. I was able to find the time to write a book during that time, and I also was, there's so much that transpired during that time that just brought me into a certain perspective where I was feeling like people were needing to hear this, and I felt like we took some steps back as well with our consciousness because of fear. And I felt like, man, I need to get this message out before people really fall off the deep end with this fear thing, And so I just started writing every morning, and so it took me on this journey of really understanding the energetic and the physical and how they interplay, and so more than I had ever before, because you've taken Paul Chek's classes before, and when I first took them I was like, yeah, this is all, intellectually it makes sense, but really until we experience certain things in life, it's hard to tell how they integrate, so how does your how does your energetic your subtle energetic body integrate with your physical? Really, how do those work together? And much of my book is about that, and diving deep into our self-awareness. So for me, it's been a real journey of just surrendering to getting to know myself better, learning more about myself through my perception and my relationship with other people, and always coming back to that presence within. And so I'm finding that is really lacking lately because of the technology, the social media, just media and news media in general. We're just being like really taken away from our own inner guidance and our own influence. And I'm wanting to get people back on track with that. So for me, that's been my personal journey. And when you do that, I want to share with people that you can find a really great inner sense of calm and confidence within that. And that's not something that you can really find outside of yourself. So it's important for me to share and inspire people to do that for themselves. So that's really what I'm all about right now.
So can you share with us kind of where you're going in the book? Like, how are you helping people access that part of themselves, the inner compass?
Yeah, that is
we all
a
have.
good question. Yeah, so it's all about, one of the things I talk about in my book is that you are the practice. We tend to externalize our practice and look outside ourselves for a spiritual guru or somebody to tell us, what to do. And of course, that's okay, especially in the beginning stages when you're learning more about yourself or you need that extra guidance or support. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. Where we go wrong is when we give our power away and we start to think that somebody knows better than we do about ourselves, right? Because we ultimately only we know our own potential. Nobody else does. All they can do is project what they're perceiving onto you or their stories or their experience. What I realized was that what is unique about you is your experiences, is your perspective, it's your energy, it's your essence, it's what you're here to do. So your desires, it's all of that. But we place so much more of who we are in more of our identity, more of what we look like, more of what we're doing, those kinds of things, which become very problematic because it's not really fulfilling, right? And it's not really honoring you. So what I do in the book is I take people on a journey of learning more about themselves through getting clear on their values. Also, I'll start with actually default, because I have a chapter called What's Your Default? And It's really about, where does your mind go immediately? Like 90% of the time, what are you doing? You know, are you thinking about what can go wrong? Or are you thinking about what can go right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is half the battle right there, right? Just becoming aware of that. And then we look at what we're telling ourselves 90% of the time. Are you being critical, judgmental of yourself? What kind of words are you using? And so again, we're looking at how we're talking to ourselves. Are we being, are we using words like, gosh, you're so stupid, or I can't believe you did that. You're just, or are you saying, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll just, I'll do the best I can to remedy that mistake, and then you do the best you can, and you move on, and you take responsibility for it, but you don't beat yourself up about it, right? So again, it's really discerning between what our relationship is like with ourselves first, which is not what we're taught, and then you can extend that out to other people and other relationships. But what we so often do is we try to work on the outside relationships by getting people to do what we want or what we expect, or what we feel like the people are obligated to do within a relationship, instead of looking at our own relationship with ourselves first, and then extending it out to other people. And so I have learned that over the years through my own relationships, but really it's so important in this day and time of reacting to each other instead of really responding, and acknowledging each other. We're dismissing each other. We're reacting to each other. We're proving and defending. I see a lot of that going on, and it really, it's an extreme. It's an extreme that's showing up in our world right now because it wants to be noticed so that we can shift that, right?